Hello everyone, it's time for class. This class will show the introduction for CNC control panel function. Section 1. NC panel, that means upper panel. 1.1 Separation of NC panel area. HNC-808DI controller has a 10.4-inch color LCD. The panel area separated as shown below. There are 8 areas. Number 1. Here is the log. Number 2 is USB interface. Number 3 is letter keyboard. Here is letter keyboard. Number 4. Numerical and character case at here. Number 5. Cursor case. Number 6 is function case. There are 6 function cases. Number 7 at here is soft case. Number 8 at here, this area is display screen. Section 1.2 Separation of display interface. At here, the operation of HNC 808DI is shown as below, like this. There are 8 areas also. Number 1, title bar for display the following information. Machining code. Working codes can switch among auto, single block, jog, increment, reset, and emergency stop with corresponding case on the control panel. System alarm message. And level 0 main menu, display current activity main menu. Connection status of USB flash disk and network. System log and date and time at here. Number 2, graphics display at here. Graphics display in this area with different selected menu. Number 3, this area display G-code. Preview our display codes of a machining program. And number 4, input box at here, input box. The display of inputting information at this area. And number 5, menu bar. For selection operate system function according to the function case in the menu command bar. Number 6 at here. Access status display. Display coordinate position, path value, breakpoint position, compensation value, and load current of axis at here. Number 7 at here. TFS status. Auxiliary function, display TFS information area at here. Number 8 at here area. G-mode and machining information area, display current G-mode and machining information during machining at here. Section 1.3 Definition of upper panel case. This means definition, how to definition this area case. This is for simplified MDR keyboard area, function key area, software key area. What is MDR keyboard? Input and edit command by this keyboard. Most keys have functions of upper and lower character, like this. This is lower character. This is upper character, like this. This button can input two letters. One is Y, lower letter. One is for upper letter, V. At here, area is function key area. There are 6 function key areas. That area has machining, setup, program, diagnosis, maintenance, and customer definition. Here is a software key area, like this at here, the block hole. There are 10 software keys below the screen, on which there are no fixed signs. The keys on the left and right ends are to return to previous menu or continue the lower level menu key, and the others are function software keys. All software key light function change to correspond menu and displayed on the screen. Section 1.4 Definition of MDR keys. Like this at here, MDR keys. For input character, digit, or letter. Here, the function description like this: input letters, numbers, and characters. Every character case has upper and lower characters. Introduce like this, Y and V. When the shift key and the character key are pressed simultaneously, the upper character is input. Otherwise, the lower key is input. Here is arrow key or cursor shifter key, like this. That means control the cursor to move horizontally and vertically. To move cursor. This button for program name. Based on the lower character program name symbol of a subprogram at here to name program label. This button called backspace key. The function is delete character forward and so on, this button. And this button, delete key, delete current program and delete characters backwards and so on. This button we called reset. That means NC reset. When press reset button, fit, input, stop, and so on. This button is alternate key. That means press Alt cursor plus cursor to switch content of the display frame, position, compensation, and current exact on the top left corner of the interface. Press Alt plus P key for screenshot. This key is Shift key. When Shift key and correct key are pressed simultaneously, the upper character is input, otherwise the lower key is input. This is space key. Move one blank space backward. This is enter key. That means open and confirm input. The 2 key is page up or page down key. That means switch previous and next pages in the same display interface. Here is 6 keys. This 6 keys we call the function key. There are 6 function key names. One is machining. Select function site required for automatic machining and corresponding interface. This is a setup key. Select function site relating to tool setting and corresponding interface. Here is a program key. Select function site for user program management and corresponding interface. Here is the diagnosis key. Select function site for fault diagnosis, performance, commissioning, and intelligence and corresponding interface. Here is the maintenance key. Select relevant maintenance functions such as hardware setup, parameter setup, system upgrade, basic information and data management, and corresponding interface. Here is user-defined key. Select relevant functions of manual data input and corresponding interface. So, next we should introduce soft key. There are 10 soft keys. There are 10 unidentified keys below HNC-808DI-M display screen, named soft keys in different function size or levels. The functions correspond to rows displayed on the screen. Main functions of soft keys are as follows. 1. Switch sub-interface in current function site. 2. Input corresponding operation in current function site such as edit, modify, and data input, and so on. In T soft keys, the left mode key is to return to the previous menu. Arrow is valid when it is in blue, and it is in gray when the function site menu is in the level 1. In 10 soft keys, the rightmost key is to go to the next menu. The arrow is valid when it is in blue, like this. Press this key for cyclic switch among interfaces in menus of the same level menu. Chapter 2. Lower panel. At here. This area. This is the lower panel. This is upper panel. Lower panel have 12 working area. Number 1. At here is power switch, like this, power on, power off, power off. Number 2 is emergency stop switch, like this, big button. Number 3 is circle start feed hold. Circle start button, feed hold button like this. Number 4, at here, manual feed axis movement control. Number 5, machine control, like spindle rotator. Liquid switch on or switch off, something like that. Number 6, machine control extension. Number 7, at here, is feed rate override. Number 8, at here, is spindle speed override. Number 9, at here, edit lock, unlock. Number 10, at here area. That means running control at here. Number 11, at here, repeat traverse speed override. Number 12, at here, working mode selection. Section 2.2, definition of case on panel. At here, hardware. This means working mode in hardware. Function description. At this, select the hardware mode. If we press this button, we will get into hardware working mode. This button means reference pointer return. Select the reference pointer return mode key. The working mode is return reference point. This button, if we pressed, means incremental working mode. Select the increment working mode. If we press this button, means jog. Select the jog mode, so we can control the axis with jog working mode. This button we called MDI, so if we press this button, we select MDI mode. This button, auto working mode. Select the auto mode. This button we call the single block. Press this button, single block mode on or single block mode off. Switching of block by block operation or continuous operation programs. Next, the indicator at here. Light lights up when the single block is valid. This button can pressed in auto MDI, including single block mode to run. If we press this button, we call the hardware emulation on or hardware emulation off. Number 1, whether to enable the hardware emulation function. 2, when this function is enabled, the hardware controls the tool to run as per the programmed path. While rotating the hardware CW, the subsequent programs continues to run. While rotating the hardware CCW direction, the the executed programs retreats in the reverse direction. This button can be pressed in the auto mode or MDI mode, including single block mode. This button we call the block skip on or off. When a program block is prefixed with symbol like this, whether to skip the program block. This button can work in automatic or MDI, including single block mode. This button we call option stop. If we press this button, the option stop mode can switch in on or off. Number 1. When a program executes M00 command, whether to stop. If this key has been pressed before program execution, indicator lights up. At here, lights up. When the program executes M00 command, the feed hold is performed, and then press the circle start to continue running the subsequent programs. If this key is not pressed, consistently run the program. This button can be pressed in auto or MDI, including single block mode. This button we call the overtravel release key. Number 1. Cancel limits of machine tool. Number 2. Press and hold this key to release alarm and run the machine tool. This button can work in hardware, jog, incremental 3 modes. This button we call the circle start. Run program and MDI commands. This button can be pressed in auto or MDI, including single block mode. This button we call the feed hold button. Suspend program and MDI commands. This button can work in auto or MDI mode, including single block mode. Here 3 buttons. We call these 3 buttons as repeat traverse speed override key. That means override of repeat traverse speed. These 3 buttons used for speed control. Speed override key. Override of speed. These 3 buttons and these 3 buttons can work in hardware, incremental, jog, reset, auto, MDI, including single block and hardware emulation mode. This button to control speed rotation direction. Control speed CW rotation or CCW rotation and stop of spindle. Here is 9 buttons used for manual control of axis feed key. Number 1. Control movement and direction of axis under jog or increment mode. Number 2. Select hardware control axis under hardware mode. Number 3. When an axis is pressed under jog mode, the axis runs as per feed rate. When the repeat traverse key is pressed At the same time, the axis run as per repeated traverse speed. This 9 button can work in hardware increment and jog mode at here described. Here is extension buttons for machine control key, manual control of auxiliary actions of machine tool. For example, next tool, change to next tool, tool loosen and tighten, tool change allowed, cooling manual, magazine commissioning, CW rotator of tool arm, CW rotation of magazine, CCW rotation of magazine. These buttons can work in jog mode only. Machine tool lighting, lubrication, rear roll flush, machining blowing. This can work in hardware incremental jog reset auto MDI, including single mode, single block and hardware emulation. Some buttons can work in hardware pre-cutting protective door. This can work in auto mode. Like this. Hardware pre-cutting protective door. This is protective door. These two buttons, F1, F2, machine control extension key, manual control of auxiliary actions of machine tool, set by machine tool manufacturers as needed. This is a key, switch key, program protection switch at here. Protect the program from being modified arbitrarily. This button is emergency stop button. In case of an emergency, the system and the machine tool immediately enter the halt state and all outputs are turned off. This button is speed override key. We can get the speed from 50% to 120% override of speed. This button we call the feed rate knob. Feed rate override. This button can work in jog out MDI, including single block reset mode. This button is system power on, control power on of CNC device. This button is system power off. All these two buttons can work in hardware incremental jog reset auto MDI, including single block and hardware emulation mode. Chapter 3, Hardware Unit. Section 3.1, Structure of Hardware Unit. Hardware unit consists of a manual parts generator, coordinate axis option switch, magnification option switch, parts enable switch, and emergency stop switch. The structure diagram is shown below. Like this. This is hardware. hardware. Control movement of machine tool. When hardware function is valid, it can control the machine tool to move based on the programmed path. This is MPG enable off switch. When the switch is turned to off, all switches and keys except the emergency stop button on the hardware unit are invalid. X is X, Y, Z. X is option switch, selection switch. When the switch is turned to the axis selection edge except of all switches and keys on the hardware unit are valid. This is hardware magnification switch. Times by 1, times by 10, times by 100. The movement distance of the machine tool is 0.001 mm or 0.01 mm or 0.1 mm. As the hardware rotates one graduation, our manual axis fit key is pressed once. This button we call the emergency stop button. When the hardware is valid, in case of an emergency, the system and the machine tool immediately enter halt state and all outputs are turned off. This can work in hardware incremental jog reset auto empty mode. At any case, if you press this button, the machine should stop. Chapter 4. Display interface. Section 4.1. Common operation of interface and menu selection. There are 6 function keys on the NC panel, like this here, 6 keys, which can be used to select corresponding function size and a displayed interface. There is a group function menu in the lower part of display interface, and the function menu is selected by soft key. Each group of function menus consists of 10 soft keys. Space key is often reserved, among which the leftmost key is returned to the previous menu key. The rightmost key is continue menu key, at here rightmost. And the arrow is valid when it is in blue. The interface displays when function key is selected for the first time after startup is the default interface of the function site. The function menu below is the level 1 main menu. The extension menu of this level can be found by this button. Menus of all levels on the function site has at most 1 main menu and 1 extension menu. Press this button for cyclic switching. At this time, only menu changes, interface does not change. 6. The interface selection before function site is switched will be memorized. That is, we are switching back to this function site. The displaced function menu and the interface are the menu and the interface upon the previous exit. 7. Function sites of this system are at most a 4 levels menu structure, and the function soft keys marked with like this arrow, marked with this arrow, the blue arrow. At here. on the right can be used to find lower level menus. To return to the previous menu, use the Up key. 8. For configuration of soft keys of menu at all levels, the standard version of this system has set personally display interface our menu according to actual needs. For special needs, users can also configure by themselves. 9. General data input and other main machine dialog box can be opened using corresponding soft keys, but for some data input with high safety requirements, activate the input box using Enter, and then import data or parameters. 10. When the main machine dialog box does not exist, function size cannot be switched by function keys. 11. Exit mode of main machine dialog box. Correctly input data and press Enter key. After data is correctly entered, exit the dialog box. If current input is activated improperly or abandoned, press Reset key to exit the dialog box, and the input data will not be recorded. That's okay. It's class over. Thank you, everybody.